I want to know. What's your opinion on the Lakers?
Oh, dude, are you serious? You really want to get into this?
Yeah.
Well, not obviously, but I personally hope they don't win the championship at all again. But with how, because obviously with how they're looking in the preseason, it's a preseason. It doesn't fucking matter. But they got Westbrook now. They got a little bit more dominant. LeBron has a passer as a point guard besides him when he's out. So, I mean, I'm thinking they might win another one this year, and Westbrook might win his first one. Westbrook is definitely going to win one within the next 2 years. So you think
Westbrook elevates the team?
No, I'm not saying that necessarily, but within the next 2 years, yes.
That's what they changed with their team. So in this year, do you think...
I think when LeBron is out, Westbrook elevates the team.
Okay, that's regular season. I'm talking playoffs.
Playoffs, okay.
That's what matters. Of course they're going to make the playoffs. They're going to be a top 4 seed in the West, of course.
So, I mean, they literally won a championship even without Westbrook. So it was literally Davis and LeBron at that point. So I mean,
but they lost not only Kuzma, who wasn't great, but he still mattered when they won. They also lost Montreal.
Yeah, Montrez, yes.
And KCP, right?
Yes, I believe so.
So those were vital role players.
Not compared to what the Lakers have, though.
I'm going to argue, so you're saying the bubble effect didn't matter at all?
I'm just saying when you
Because we're out of the bubble, homie.
When you take 2 bullets out of a 6 fucking ringer gun, it's still going to hit you at some point. You know what I mean? It's still going to be a heavy gun. It's still going to be heavy loaded.
Okay, but what happens when these bullets are 2 years older?
I mean, let's get out of this reference shit.
Okay, but I'm just being direct. LeBron's older.
LeBron?
We don't know how AD's health's going to hold up.
Fair enough.
And you can't argue that Westbrook is volatile. You don't think Westbrook's going to sometimes shoot them out of games?
Yes. When he feels like at some point in time. When he feels pressured.
So, no, my question...
Only when he feels pressured, though, I think.
No, so my question is, do you think LeBron can rein Westbrook in?
Yes, because LeBron's going to be reigning... Because you got to realize, so when
Durant could not rein Westbrook in. So why is LeBron more special
Well, first of all, Durant and Westbrook had ego problems in their own self.
You're saying LeBron has less of an ego than Kevin Durant?
No. LeBron has an ego, but he still respects and has a very high IQ of other... And let me tell you something. I hate LeBron James, and I'm defending him at this point. He still
I trapped him.
Respects the players around him, and he knows he's the greatest, and I hate that. But respectfully, he does deserve some kind of reward for it. But besides all that gimme shit for LeBron, fuck him. Westbrook, so essentially, LeBron is going to be... So, in any game, LeBron's going to be able to start up the game, and then once they take out LeBron, because he's going to need his fucking rest, old man, they're going to end up putting Westbrook in. And Westbrook is...
Wait. So are you saying Westbrook's a 6-man?
No. I'm saying Westbrook taking over.
Because you're saying he's putting him in. He's already in.
I meant taking over. Taking over in the sense. Taking over. So once LeBron gets... not benched, but rest, that's when Westbrook is going to be able to take over.
Okay, but my question is, what happens when it's a close game in the playoffs? Are you having Westbrook close out the game with LeBron?
No.
Okay, so you're telling Westbrook that he's not closing out a game.
Exactly.
Good luck with that.
What, do you want to know why? Because you got fucking LeBron and AD, dog.
That's cool. You can't try to tell your max player, star player,
you think LeBron
he can't close out a game.
You think LeBron's going to take a seat in the playoffs?
No. I'm not saying LeBron, but I'm saying...
He's playing all 48 minutes. Fuck that shit.
No, you're going to have LeBron and AD, but you're trying to say Westbrook's going to sit out, and what, they're going to have Malik Monk?
No, because you're trying to say in a close game.
It doesn't matter. The closeout. It's the last minute.
Yes.
The score is under 4 points. Westbrook's not playing?
And you're saying, so, well...
No, that's what I'm asking. Is Westbrook playing in the last minute
4
in a game
points.
Under 4 points.
Under 4 points, fine. Because, wait, with how many seconds left?
No, it's just under a minute.
Under a minute? He can maybe get 3 points. They can maybe foul. I mean, maybe.
No, so
but he's not.
all I'm asking is Westbrook in.
Well, with that scenario, yes.
Okay, under 30 seconds.
No.
Okay.
Well,
Okay.
Hold up.
No, before you say anything else, I'm calling you out.
It depends on who it's going up
Who
against.
else are you putting in over Westbrook then? I'm calling you out on your knowledge right now. Who else do you think on the Lakers is better to be point guard than Westbrook under 30 seconds left?
Do you want to know? I think he has a way better IQ ever since he even entered the game. Rondo. You put
You're
fucking Rondo.
smoking crack.
No, what do you fucking mean put Rondo in?
Westbrook's still at least a better 3-point shooter than Rondo.
Okay, maybe, but under pressure he is not. I don't think he's a very good pressure shooter. I'm sorry.
No.
With 30 seconds left.
Westbrook's a way worse pressure shooter.
No, because you have to realize with under 30 seconds left, right? With under 30 seconds left. And by the way, he's gotten lucky with some of those shots that you're talking about. But first of all, with under 30 seconds left and down by 4, there are, depending on who is up against him, because we haven't even decided who the Lakers are going up against at this point. Because depending on who's guarding, and what coach and what team, they're going to realize that Westbrook is either going to quickly shoot it or drive to the paint. And that's easy to tell because it's fucking Russell Westbrook. That's all it does. So if you... Westbrook is readable. He's audible. And I don't think under 30 seconds with down by 4... with
my whole thing is...
against... I don't think he's going to do it.
You're telling Westbrook that.
Yes,
and you think he's going to accept that?
If I'm in the GM, I'll tell him straight up, hey, Westbrook, you either kick it in the bench... or you go kick it somewhere else. Go fuck yourself, Westbrook. That's what I would say. If I was
have Westbrook pull Ben Simmons. All right.
Go ahead.
Let's take a shot. Let me get in this video. You got me fired up.
That's what I wanted. That's what I wanted. That's what I wanted, boy. Let's take this.
Toxic players. There's quite a few of them in the league, if we're being honest. 2 I want to talk about today. And the debate on who's more toxic. Kyrie Irving or Ben Simmons. If I call it clickbait, I'm letting you all know now, it's Kyrie Irving. All right, but no, for real, I'm going to justify it. Let's get into the video. Hey, yo, what's up? It's Eyeso Plays. Typical YouTube shit. Like and subscribe. Let's get back to the topic. All right. I know I spoiled it early on. However, I have to get into it at least a little bit on how I elaborate it. And I especially don't want anyone to think that I'm immediately putting Kyrie in the toxic player just because of the whole not getting the shot thing. Of course, that's the main point into it, but that's not the main reason why I think he's toxic. Anyways, the thing that I think makes a toxic player is a player who is more of a detriment to their team than their talent is worth. And of course, that can come to varying degrees. Obviously, the more talented the player you are, the more toxicity you can tolerate. You know, if you're dropping fucking 35 points a game and 10 assists, I can deal with you being a whiny bitch. That's part of the reason why a lot of people still fuck with Luka. Because let's be real, Luka's kind of a prima donna. He's always bitching about foul calls and fucking complaining and whatnot. And I love Luka. He's probably one of my favorite under 25 players in the league. Honestly, just players, period. But he's kind of a whiner. But I deal with it because he's such an elite talent. Obviously, we'd prefer we would not deal with that. Steph Curry is a prime example of like the ideal superstar player. Because he's just such a fun guy. He'll showboat a little bit when he's, feeling hot. But he doesn't complain. He doesn't whine to the refs. It just... I don't know. He's a hard guy to hate. But anyways, let me get back to the toxic players. So, of course, and I'm going to say right now, this is the very last, and I promise y'all, this is going to be the last video that I mention Ben Simmons until he is traded. Because I don't want to be one of those guys. I've seen some YouTubers, they have 10 fucking plus videos just talking about this Ben Simmons shit. And I know we're all tired of it. Like, what the fuck is going on, man? Like, just trade him or don't. Make him retire. I don't give a fuck at this point. I just need something to happen. But I still gotta talk about it. Especially because I gotta give credit to Joel Embiid because he fucking called him out. Because apparently Ben Simmons was leaking to his camp or whoever's fucking being the vocal people for him that he feels that his fit with Embiid and just in general in the team isn't good and that they've exceeded, the best that they could do. And Embiid called him out on his bullshit. And he was like, yo, we let Jimmy Butler go. And let's be real, I don't even think Jimmy Butler was going to re-sign if they wanted him to. So that's a little bit of cap, but I still see where he's coming from. That we let Jimmy Butler go because you needed the ball in your hands more. We signed Al Horford, who ended up being a terrible fit for the team because he was a stretch 5 because you can't shoot and you need to be surrounded by shooters. And Embiid even acknowledged the season before, he was the worst 3-point shooting percentage on the team. And he upgraded that to being 38% from the 3. Granted, it's not a lot of attempts, but it's a simple fact that Embiid improved his 3-point shot so that Ben Simmons would have more space. And so for Ben Simmons to come out and say that the team wasn't constructed well enough around his talent is kind of insulting. Because they've done the most that they can do with your limited shooting talent. That's not on the team. That's on you for not progressing your skill. Fun fact, LeBron came out before Simmons was even in the league and said, you have the best chance to exceed me. You just can't skip the steps. I don't know. It kind of sounds like Ben Simmons skipped some steps. And so, again, I get where he's coming from. He's upset. They threw him under the bus. But you're the one who let the team down. You need to be responsible. It's toxic for you to put your team through this bullshit. However, here's why I think Kyrie is way, way more toxic. So the shit with Ben Simmons, it's fucking terrible. It's very immature. But this is the very first shit that's coming out with Ben Simmons. He's very young. Who knows if he's going to be like this his whole career. It's easy for us to be like, oh, he's a prima donna socialite. But maybe it's just Philly's fan base is too harsh and he was thrown into too much too soon. And if he goes to another team, he can flourish. Who knows? All I can say is this is the only thing we can base his negativity off of. Kyrie, on the other hand, there's a fucking track record, homie. So first off, he was on the Cavs. They won a fucking championship. He hit the clutch ass fucking shot over Curry, a 3, Curry signature shit. They win a ring. They keep going. They're battling the Warriors. Of course, they have a super team of Warriors. They lose that shit, yada yada. Then out of nowhere, he's tired of being in LeBron's shadow or whatever really fucking stimulated the shit. And he basically demands/requests a trade from the team. In the middle of the time that LeBron's in his prime on this team. Stupidest move in the world if you ask me. But fine, whatever. They scramble. They trade him to Boston. Boston, of course, is a very volatile but very loyal fan base. With him and Jason Tatum and Jalen, they're all loving it. They're super hype. Kyrie promises that, he wants to retire there if they'll have him, do all this shit to hype up the team. And then when he lets him down, he fucking disrespects him and he fucking leaves. And he just does it in such a dramatic way. And he tries to make it seem like they turned on him. And it's like, nah, you know how the Boston fan base is. It's just like how the LA fan base is. Danny Green got fucking death threats when he was missing threes in the playoffs. Like, Kyrie, you gotta have tougher skin than that. Like, it's fucking Boston. They're talking about how they fucking your mother. Or, I don't know. I can't do a Boston accent, but you know what I'm saying. Like, they don't give a fuck. Like, you know you were signing for when you go there. And then, all right, you dip out to fucking Brooklyn, you're a New York native or whatever. I don't really fuck with it. You left a bad taste in Boston's mouth, but I can respect that to a degree. But then he started coming out, and real quick, I'm just letting y'all know now, I'm going to briefly mention it because I didn't mention it, but now I am, so I guess it's mute. But this is still the motherfucker who came out and was talking how the earth was flat or whatever. People called him out for it, and it was funny because my roommate, he was showing me a thing where it was like, oh, Kyrie apologizes for saying the earth is flat or whatever. And I watched the whole video with him, and it was funny as fuck because he did such a politician move where he was like, oh, I'm sorry, that I stirred up this controversy and I had all these people upset and that was creating everything. But not once in the video did he denounce that the earth is not flat. So it sounded like he was like, I'm sorry I upset people, but I'm not saying what I said was wrong. And I've heard enough fucking politicians to know when someone's trying to fucking scam me. So I see through you, Kyrie, and I hope other people did too. Anyways, back to what I'm talking about with him on the Nets. So, he came out and they were talking about, like, how do you feel about Steve Nash being the coach or whatever? And he was like, oh, I feel like we don't actually have a coach. We're all coaches on this team because we have veteran experience. So it's like, I see where you're coming from. But again, you got a rookie coach who's a fucking former MVP. Kind of sounds like you're undermining him. Like, why are you even saying that shit? And that's my biggest issue with Kyrie is he tries to act like, oh, the media always misconstrues what I'm saying when it's like, you're just saying off the wall shit that like people can't help but be like, what the fuck you saying, bro? And so he says some shit like that. He misses some games without even notifying the coach for personal reasons. And then they have to ask him and he's like, oh, Kyrie's doing his own thing. I trust him. Like, you just put him in such an awkward situation. And I understand it could be, someone died, someone got married. I don't care. You got to fucking talk to your coach, man. So already that's looking very bad. And then now it comes into the league now where New York, not even the Knicks or the Brooklyn Nets or any of these teams are making this rule. But New York has a mandate that if you're going to be in a large public setting space where there's fans or just people in general, you have to be vaccinated. And I've talked about this before in my thing. Kyrie is an anti-vaxxer. I'm not going to again go in. Y'all have heard my fucking spiel and rant. I'm not even going to go into all of that. But my whole thing is, people have asked him, like, what's going on? Are you even going to play this year? And he just responds with, respect my privacy. You'll see how everything goes. I'm sorry, dude. You're being paid, what, like over $38 million a year? You're a star player. You came here because it was your hometown and everything. You don't get privacy when it comes to you playing the fucking game you're paid for. Like, what the fuck is going on? And especially the worst part about it is you deflect it from you, then it goes to your teammates. Now Kevin Durant is asked about you missing games. Now Steve Nash is asked about you missing games. And they have to defend you because you're a star, supposed to be the number 2 guy on the team. And you can't just throw that guy on the bus. We saw what happened with Ben Simmons when Doc threw him under the bus. Like, obviously you can't. But your privacy isn't being protected just by you not saying anything. No, you're just putting all that pressure on your fucking teammates or your coach. And that's just not fair. And especially so, it did come out today. He can practice with the team because it's been viewed that that's a private facility. So he can practice with the team. But it's still, at the end of the day, he's missing at a minimum of 41 games. But more because when he goes to, like, if the team's facing Golden State, he can't play because they have the same mandate. So you're missing over half the season's game. And my issue is you have a player like, I'm assuming Patty Mills. He's supposed to be the 6th man, the point guard off the bench or whatever. In over half the games, he's going to have to just be asked to step up and be a starting player because you can't play because you won't get this shot, even though everyone else on your team did. But then the moment it's a game that you can play, he has to step back into that 6-man role. That's not fucking fair to him. And even though he can try to approach it with the most mature standpoint he can, you can't deny that's going to affect him mentally to a degree. Or just in general with the whole team. Like, you're not in there in the trenches through the whole 82 games with them. And yeah, you're not getting paid for the games you're not playing. But I'd argue, what earns you the right to fucking start those other games? You're not putting in the other work. So here's the only solutions I can offer. And I know they're not actually valuable or that the Nets would actually implement because it would cause such drama. First off, Kyrie, you don't start any games. You only come off the bench in the games you do play. Sorry, you're playing half the games. You only get half the rights. You can ball up. You can have 30 points off the bench, but you're only coming off the bench. Maybe you can close out games if you're, on fire. But I don't see why you deserve to have those starting rights when you're not putting in that starting work. Or Kyrie just temporarily retires until New York lifts the mandate and he doesn't have to get the vaccine if he doesn't want to get it. He doesn't play any games, but he doesn't get paid for any of them. Because right now, he's only losing pay on the home games. All the away games, he's available to play. So if they choose not to play him, they still have to pay him. But again, I don't see why you deserve to get to play and start when you didn't fucking play in any of the other half of the games that matter just as much. And I get it. Neither one of those are ideal. So at the end of the day, Kyrie should probably be traded. And I know that's controversial. And again, that's what leads back to my point. Why the fuck is all this drama happening because of fucking Kyrie? He's fucking toxic. I could see the 76ers being to blame for some for Ben Simmons. Kyrie just causes problems wherever the fuck he goes. I'm fucking over it. Just fucking retire or fucking play for a team, man. Get the fucking shot. Stop being a bitch. All right, so let's talk some positive shit. Can we get some green lights? Pause. All right, so now on to some positive shit. NBA preseason. We're about just under 2 weeks away from the actual fucking NBA season starting. And I'm salivating. And so it's got me watching preseason games. And I'll be honest, I'm someone who usually doesn't care for them a lot. And I'll even admit now, I'm not watching a game every single night. I'm watching a game most nights, at least for a team I care about. But it's hard because, you can't weigh too much of your opinions or emotions just off a preseason game. Because at the end of the day, not everyone's putting, the games don't matter. So not everyone's putting their all out. The starters are only playing half the game at the most. And so you just have a lot of bench players. But here's where it's fun, in my opinion, and where I'd recommend if your team has any of these criteria. Either A, you have a bunch of new starters, a la the Bulls. The Bulls are super exciting to watch right now because they just added Lonzo Ball, DeMar DeRozan, Alex Caruso. And so it's interesting to see how they all play off each other. Like, to be honest, I haven't even watched a full Bulls game, but dude, their highlights are ridiculous. Zach LaVine's out here catching lobs from Lonzo and Caruso like fucking wild. It's so hype. Caruso just tonight hit a fucking buzzer beater at the end of the first quarter. And their defense is surprisingly not as bad as you would think. So, again, it's preseason, so you can't put way too much stock into that. But it's still very exciting to see this new team start to gel together. And also, it was super hyped tonight. I forgot to mention, the Bulls faced the Pelicans. The Bulls are Lonzo's former team. He hit 5 threes on him. He was like 7-9 from the field. Like, crazy efficient, being like, bitches, y'all made a mistake. And I will forever be like, the Pelicans fucked up. Like, Lonzo's going to be good. I'm not going to say he's going to be some, top 10 point guard of the league or anything, but he's way better than anything they have now, and they were dumb to fucking cheap out on him. Now, the other kind of team that I think is very exciting to see is a very young rookie team, a team that you don't expect to win a lot, but it's a bunch of young guys. And so the team I'm latching on to now, and I'm calling it now, I'm claiming them as, I don't know, my third, fourth. I'll make a ranking eventually. They're not above my Nuggets or anything, but I'm a fan of the Rockets. And here's the reason why. I'm just so happy they don't got this James Harden ball-heavy dominant. I'm either going to dribble it out and hit a step back, or I'm going to fucking draw in and flop for a foul kind of player. No. Now they got Kevin Porter Jr., who is a fucking flamethrower on offense. He can fucking hit three threes in a row, or he could drive in and hit some layups, or maybe even a dunk. I don't know. You don't know what he's going to do, but he's going to drop 20 points a night, many nights, I think. And then you got their rookie, Jalen Green. I think he's going to win Rookie of the Year over Cade. I think he just has that talent. He just has that confidence. And I think their team's just going to be better overall. Especially because they got Christian Wood. And he's not too bad either. You know, he's pretty young. And I'm not sure if he's going to be a long-term development. But he's a great lob threat. He has good defense. He can stretch the floor as well. And then the guy I'm really excited about, and this is what got me to be a super fan of the Rockets, is so I was watching their preseason game, right? And so in the fourth quarter, the Rockets were down. I don't even remember the team they were facing, but they were down like over 10. It's the fourth quarter, so they have no starters in. Some players who have not even seen the court. So they had Josh Christopher, who apparently is very good friends with Jalen Green. Like, they played in high school together or some shit. He got drafted relatively late. I want to say late first round, maybe early second. I don't remember exactly. But his biggest thing is he was very athletic. I think he had, like, one of the highest verticals in the Columbine. But he couldn't shoot. Well, he clocks in for his very first NBA preseason game. I believe he played in the Summer League, but... And, of course, preseason in the NBA, but in my opinion, like, a rookie checking into a preseason game, there's fans in the arena. You're facing it up against, you know, some of your idols or just, you know, established NBA players, not just no-names or whatnot. So Josh Christopher checks in, gets the ball early in the fourth quarter, airballs a three, like, terribly, like, barely even hits the net. It's embarrassing. They run back, a play happens or whatever, it comes back or whatever. Josh Christopher gets it again, drills a three. Oh, shit. Hit his first fucking NBA basket. Couple more plays happen, gets Christopher, hits another three. Oh, shit. Comes back or whatever, gets the ball right again, hits another three. 3 threes in a row. Fucking on fire. And later, he has a turnover, you know, he's obviously excited, he's fucking up or whatever. Later, he gets a rebound, gets an and one layup, hits the free throw. And basically, I'm not going to go play by play, but by the end of it, in the fourth quarter, Josh Christopher dropped, I want to say it was like 13 or 14 points, and basically helped the Rockets lead a comeback where they won the game. Am I expecting that to happen regularly? No. I'm not even expecting Christopher to have, you know, even more than 15 minutes a game. F that. He's going to be coming off the bench and probably deep off the bench. But all I'm saying is I am just so excited for the Rockets. They have so many young, exciting players. They're probably not going to even win 35 games, if I'm being honest. But they're going to be an entertaining team to watch. And that's something I want more people to appreciate is, yeah, of course, winning and being the best is the ultimate goal. But it's so exciting to see that development and see players grow into their potential. And don't lose sight of that. It's not all just about the end result. Sometimes it's about the process. That's all I'm saying. We're basically less than 2 weeks, depending on which team's your favorite, from the actual season starting. And I'm so fucking hype. Love y'all. This is Eyeso. Good day, gang. I'm out.
Yes, son! Alright. Fuck yeah.
Dude, I knew you were gonna
gonna fucking say Houston before you even fucking said it.
Why?
I knew it, dog. I knew
He
that.
did. He was
sense,
calling
dude.
in the moment I saw him. He
Did
was
I?
like,
Did I?
fucking Houston.
I
And then he said,
fucking
he
knew
was like,
it. I
did
fucking
this whole thing?
knew it. I was like, I
Shaking his
knew
head.
he was gonna be excited for this fucking team because I done. Oh, dude, they've been so exciting. Just even this preseason G League, this has been so exciting, dude. And I've been telling Dom since his motherfucker Cade Cunningham was first picked, Jalen Green is the boy. And he even admitted right now that he might be Rookie of the Year. I fucking love it, dude. I fucking love it. I could not be more happier than ever. But I love it. Thank God. I love it.